Thank you, Beth. Welcome, guests and other Toastmasters. I think we're going to like this, because this is a fascinating dog that I'm talking to you about today. What are you pointing at?
Your shirt.
Well, yes, this is my dog shirt. It's my very favorite shirt that I have. You know, when I was a little boy, I watched this show called Wonder Dog. And some of you old-timers will remember that show. And I had a very active imagination. And let's just say I should have had a bigger dog, because I did awful things to my little dog. But anyway, I was always obsessed with these superpowers, and I found a dog that has superpowers. Now, what type of superpower does it have? It's got a super schnoz. Now, we know that dogs smell better than humans. Humans have, well, humans have 5 million olfactory nerves in their nose. Even a pug that doesn't have a nose at all smells a whole lot better than us. And the beagles and the German shepherds have 225 million receptors in their nose for olfactory purposes. I guess you would say the smelliest dog out there is the bloodhound. It has 300 million olfactory nerves in its nose. Well, the dog today I'm talking about has even more than that. And to talk about it, I have to go back to the beginning. Klim Sulimov was the breeder and trainer for Aeroflot in Moscow. And he dreamed about creating a breed of dogs that was part Jackal. Now, why Jackal? Well, jackals are members of the dog, coyote, and wolf family. But they have the most sensitive of all the noses of all the dog family. Probably this is because wolves hunt in packs. And so, although they have really good noses, do you know about this cloud computing? Well, they have sort of cloud sniffing, because 20 dogs sniffing has a more effective way of finding prey than just one. Well, jackals have a different hunting style. They have little family units, but they hunt on their own. So they really need a strong sniffer so they won't die in their harsh environments. And the golden jackal that he chose to use is from Pakistan, where your family is from. And North Africa, all that area. So it's really hot and dry. Well, he wanted to have Jackal on both sides of the chromosome, father and mother. But this was problematic. Let me show you the Jackal one thing. Here you go. See, it looks like a wolf, but a little bit smaller. The bitch will take a male jackal with no problem. But the male jackal will not breed with a dog bitch unless it has been raised with a dog. So this is a problem. But he managed to surmount it, and he bred the dog with, where is it? Oh, there we go. There, the Laponian herder dog, which is from northern Finland. And this dog is used by the Lap people to hunt reindeer. Well, he ran into problems because this first cross was a successful cross, but they could not be trained. So he could not do a half jackal dog. He'd have to do a quarter jackal dog. So what did he decide to pick for the next dog to breed in? He picked a Siberian Husky. Well, there's several advantages to Huskies. Number one, they're from Siberia, so they can handle any of the cold weather that Moscow throws at it. Number two, Siberian Huskies are from a very cold environment, and cold really hinders sense getting to your nose. It really interferes, so if you're going to be around a homeless person, you pray it's a cold day. And the other thing that they have is that they are very trainable, which is what he was looking for. Now, I know some of you go dogs, husky guys might want to have a husky. Now, you can have a husky, but not all of us could. Because you have to be a real alpha type personality to manage a husky. I couldn't manage a husky. But if you are, like Dave back there is very alpha. And he could tell that dog a lot too. But if you don't have a strong personality, it won't mind you. It'll rule your life. So he did that, and then he decided to breed in, let's show you the husky. There you go. Pretty little thing. And actually, see the pattern on its hair? It really comes out in the product dog, which I'm going to show now. That's what the Sulimov dogs look like. They also bred in Fox Terrier and Spitz, so it's not a really large dog. It's smaller than a husky. It's more like that. And the advantages of the small size is it can get in nooks and crannies because he uses it for detection. Oh, I forgot to tell you what its superpower was. This dog's nose is so good, it can smell 12 different types of explosives in amounts as small as a grain of sand buried at the bottom of the largest suitcase trunk that could ever come to an airport. That's pretty amazing. Now, some of the other things besides its nose that are remarkable about this dog are its temperament and its working ability. Now, because it is... Dogs typically like to please their owners. And some of you dog owners found that surprising. But if you're working the dog, they tend to like to please the owner. So if it's working, sniffing, past the point where the sniffer is effective, it'll keep on sniffing. That's the nature of the dog. Well, these Jackal dogs, hybrids, are different. If they get to where their nose is wearing out, just like if you're smelling cologne, you have to sort of take it away and put it back, you know. Well, these dogs, they don't wear out fast, but when they do, they will lower their tail and they will use another dog. And the other thing that's really remarkable about these dogs, if you see videos of these NSA dogs, they're always on a leash, and the trainer is with the German Shepherd, and he's saying, smell there, smell there, smell there, smell there, always directing the dog. Because dogs are packing animals. Well, with the Jackal blood in it, they're not such a pack animal. They are self-starting. So if you watch this Sulimov dog working, it will go around and it just does it on its own. It's leashed, but it does it on its own. As soon as it finds a piece of luggage, and they will plant, you know, things periodically to test it, it will sit down and bark. I would demonstrate that, but I'm getting a little old. So this dog has remarkable abilities in the workplace. Now, there are only 40 of these dogs in the world. He started out 25 years ago breeding this dog. Took 7 generations to perfect it. And now there are only 40 in the world. They're all working for Aeroflot. The value of each dog is estimated to be $4,000, $5,000. But no other airport in the world has gotten them yet. And they want these dogs very badly because they are like the Rolls Royce of sniffer dogs. They have that superpower. And I don't know, if you get interested in this subject, go to YouTube because they have videos. Actually, there's a video that has both the Dogo Argentino that I talked about before and the Sulimov dog right back to back. And you can see these remarkable dogs working. And to me, I really am fascinated by working dogs because you can see their abilities better than just Fido around the house. And these are amazing animals when they are put to work doing what they're supposed to do. I've really enjoyed sharing with you this remarkable little dog. You'll probably never see one in person, but it's amazing to know that somebody can have bred a dog like this and they actually exist. And maybe one day we'll have them at the Seattle airport. Thank you very much.